years old, and I'm a student.
Great, that works. That's there. And this is almost there. You're going to forget about this. Trust
Okay,
me.
awesome. I think when I'm gonna start talking, I don't know, maybe I'm gonna be somewhere else. That's what I try to do.
Just think you're somewhere else.
Yeah, like, I don't know, we're on the beach and
Yeah.
on the sand.
Oh, this is a really crappy beach.
We're having a
Very,
I
very
know.
small beach.
just came
I
from
know.
the beach. We're just all having a drink.
Yeah.
Hanging out.
I've actually
Talking
done
about
interviews at the beach like that. And it's
Oh, yeah?
It's nice. It's just like, oh yeah. It's, people forget about the camera, people forget about, everything.
Awesome.
And it's like, oh yeah. And then I forget about the camera, and then
You shouldn't be
I know,
forget
of all
about
the people who's going to forget about the camera, it should be me. All right, so what we're going to do
Yes.
is we're going to move this. Oop,
You know,
nope.
right
Just so
behind
that-
me.
Yeah. There's that. There's that. The shot is, it's like head and shoulders. So don't-
Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
Cool, cool.
Show your hair. Show your.
Oh,
his
that
jewelry,
mess.
The
Yes.
whole, all this.
Okay. Cool.
But we are.
Wish I can see myself, but please let me know if
Let's see.
I have a whole mess here.
No, looks good. Looks good. I'm rethinking this camera angle. I'm sorry.
You want me over here?
Let me see. So, let's see.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I do. Okay.
All right. So you're gonna need a chair.
That's I got this guy.
Do you want me to straighten myself?
No, you're good.
Okay.
You're good. I'm just gonna hang out back here.
The only thing I would ask is that, I can't.
Here, I got this.
No, my coffee.
Oh yeah. I mean,
I
could
need
use,
my coffee.
I could use a cup of coffee.
But that's in front of the camera.
That is. You can set it down by your feet because you're not going to be moving your chair around either. Like you shouldn't be moving your chair around.
Oh, I'm gonna slide it all over.
Well, I wish you wouldn't, because it would sound. I'd hear it. So, all right, this is a lot better. And if you want to give me that pad of paper, I can mark down.
Okay.
Yeah, great. And let's see
I
here.
want this thing next to me. Can
It's
I?
nice.
Yes.
All right, so let's. All right, good. So we are ready to go when you are, and
So why don't you start out just telling us your name and where you're from and where we are right now.
time out just 1 second. I'm sorry. I hear one other thing, and this is. I better do this now than later. What is making that sound? Is that all this stuff over here? No, we're not getting rid of that.
Okay, so you say your name, where I'm from, and
Or where you were born.
where I was born.
Just give us like an
A
introduction.
little like.
Are we starting? Or not yet?
Not yet. I'm moving. But yeah.
Let me know when we're starting, so.
Well, the thing is, when we start, it's just we're gonna edit a lot of stuff out.
Right.
So we'll start, but there might be times when we're like, if you need to take a minute, we'll cut it out.
Awesome.
But the rest of the stuff, like we're gonna use the good stuff.
Sounds good.
Just so you
Only
know,
the best.
No, leave the
Only
best
the best.
out.
Seriously.
Cool. Awesome.
we're ready to go, set to go. We're
So,
rolling.
start out by telling us who you are.
My name is Sally Imran. I am from Iraq, Baghdad, and today we are at Church World Services at the refugee office, where I did my internship and where I came through. Yep.
Why don't you start off by telling us, and we talked a little bit about this yesterday, tell us about your life in Baghdad before you left. What was that like?
It was hard and it was very difficult. We had so many hard roads through, how I say that, I have so many difficult times when we moved here. I grew up in a big family. That's where I was born. I was born in my grandfather's house, and we are a very big family where I have 6 uncles, and each uncle, of course, have 6 kids. So we're a very big family. When I was a child, I I was happy. I think I had my mom and my dad, and that's all I needed in my life. I think until I start realize family has problems, the country have issues. We don't have water. We don't have food. Um, we don't have fun times anymore, like when I was a little baby. Because when I was a baby, I don't remember if I had a good time. But until I start realizing we're not safe. We're not safe in this house. We're not safe in this country. We need to get out.
What was happening around you that made you feel like you weren't safe?
The people, a lot of killing. People are killing each other in the street. I can't go to school because we don't know if there's a bomb in a school and we're all gonna die. The streets are closed. No one can go outside. I can't go outside and play with my friends because I'm not sure if someone's gonna come and kidnap me or take me away from my family. So much to fear. We can't trust anybody. It's so hard for my mother when she tells me if someone comes into your school trying to kill you, act like you're dead. That was the hardest part, I think, for her. And when I think about it now, it's like, how did you tell me that, Mother? What were you thinking? She's like, well, I'm trying to save you. I'm trying to tell you what to do so you don't die. That's the fear. That's what was happening around us. You're walking with your brother to school and you see dead body. Or in front of your eyes, you see someone get killed. That's what's going on around me.
You told me about a couple of incidents yesterday. Do you want to repeat those? About the man in the street? And
Yes.
Yeah, I like that thought, but I think the whole story. I mean, the walking to school and just tell us about that whole, because it was, I mean, that was
very powerful.
It really was, and it kind of talked about the danger
But only
that
if
you
you
went
want
through.
Right, absolutely.
Right.
I did talk about it yesterday, and I talked about it many times with my mom too, and I told her what I felt from inside. I was in my house, and I was 7, 8. I think that what happened the most to me when I was 7 and 8. I remember a lot of things that happened around me and how I realized what's happening. And I think my uncle lived with us in Nedora. That's where I lived. We lived in Nedora, and that's where I grew up too, in Nedora.
Explain what that is.
Nedora, it's a city in Iraq. It's a very big, like a big neighbor, and they have big buildings. Each building have around 12 apartments, and the apartments are very big. They gave it to my dad when my dad worked in the military, and they gave him an apartment, that apartment was very beautiful. We had a car, and I had my own room that time, and it was very beautiful. And I was standing at the balcony, and I got to the balcony through my uncle's room. So I was at the balcony, and a man was just walking. I can see him from far away. He's wearing a cover. Men's wear it. They covered their body. It's like one piece cloth, and it's very long, and they had like a hat on their head, and it's very white, and it was so bright that I can see it from far away. And he was walking on the street just by himself. No one's around him. The whole entire place is empty. And a shot, boom, just hit him. I can see it so close, so fine. Right on his shoulder. I can see his shoulder move to the side and drop on the ground. That was the first time I see someone get shot. And I can see the sniper right there, so clear. You cannot see it. No one's there to go help him. No one. Only me watching this terrible view. It was something that never seen. He tried to get up. The man tried to get up and run away. And there's the second shot, boom, right in his head. I can't explain the feeling because I don't know if I was scared. Should I scream? Should I yell? Should I cry? What can I do? How can I help that man? Because in my mind, I'm 8 years old child, 8 years. Am I supposed to go to my mother, Mom, go help that man? Because I know if my mom goes to help him, she's gonna die. If I start screaming, he's gonna see me and he's gonna kill me. When I think about it now, if I would have done anything of these, I would be dead too. So I was just standing there watching, like I'm watching TV, and I can't do nothing. It's something I can't forget about. I can't. And I think about it every time. I pray all the time. I said, I'm so glad that it wasn't my dad, it wasn't my uncle. But I was always in fear that this gonna happen to my dad, or to my brother, or to me, or to my mom. So always in that fear, always terrified, scared, and not wanting, doing anything in this place anymore.
So what we're trying to do here is paint a picture of what the conditions were like when you were living there in that time. And you told us yesterday about another incident when you were walking to school, and if you're comfortable saying that again, that would be really
Yes. And I remember one time, me and my brother got ready and we walked to school. We don't have bus and my mother and my dad, they wouldn't walk with us. It's me and my brother, and we walked together. And it was so dangerous at the time. We can't walk on that street. We will walk behind the dumpsters. We had very big dumpsters in these buildings, so we will hide behind them. And my middle brother, he was walking in front of me, and I was walking behind him, and he stopped. And he said, "Stop, Sally. Don't come any closer." And I looked at him. I'm like, "What's going on? Keep walking. We're going to be late to school. Come on." And he said, "You don't want to see this?" And I said, "What?" I looked around, and there was these head of little kids. It was in a big pot. Their head are chopped in this spot. You can't really see their faces because they were born. They were burned. They were burned, but you can see it's a head. It's a child head. It was the size of my head. And I kind of hugged my brother, turned around, and went back home. I was shaking, I remember. I was shaking the whole entire time. I was shaking so bad that I almost fall while I was walking. My brother didn't cry. He was a little kid. He he just started going to school. He wasn't crying. He was worried about me because I was crying. I was crying and I hugged him and I was shaking and he looked at me. He's like, "What's wrong? Don't cry." So he said. But all I was thinking about, that was the size of my head. That could have been me. And I think that was the last time I went to school there. I was in 4th grade and he was in 2nd.
So conditions became so bad that you couldn't go to school, you couldn't have a life, you had to leave. How was that decision made and what did you do?
My mother did. It was around that time, 8, 9 years old, when we find out that my dad was kidnapped. And the way we find out, it's my mom came to us and I remember we said all together and my mom said, we're leaving the apartment. And I said, "Are we going to Dad?" Because my dad worked and we couldn't see him for like a month or two. So I was like, "Yes, we're going to see Dad." And she said, "No, we're going to your uncle's house." She said, "They're gonna come, they're gonna take the apartment, they're gonna take the car, and they're going to kill us if we don't leave tonight." And usually when people are trying to leave, they plan for it. No, it happened right away. "Come on, let's go." I remember leaving. We didn't have bags, we didn't have anything. It was just me, my mom, and my 3 brothers. I remember my mom wear a cover head, a very big black one, and I had my little brother in my arm, my older brother in front of me, and my other little brother, he was right next to my mom. And I was all the way in the back carrying my baby brother. And my mom covered us. And she was walking, trying to find a taxi to get out. We left everything. I remember when we left, the door was open. And I remember telling my mom, "Mom, close the door. Our stuff in the house." She just looked at me and smiled, and she's like, "Oh, baby, you have no idea." I remember that was the last time I saw my home.
Where did you go?
We went to my uncle's house. It was in Nakasra. That's another city in Iraq. It's very small place, and everyone knew each other there. It wasn't that bad, but it has some danger too. But people knew each other, so they protected each other. My actually 2 uncles lived there, so when we moved to his house, we felt safe. There was a man or another adult than my mom who can take care of us and protect us, or we need anything, we will call him and talk to him or wherever. But it wasn't. It wasn't safe. We thought it was, but it wasn't, because the people that were supposed to protect each other, they killed each other. Like, for example, I was sitting in the living room in my uncle's house. My mom was in the room. It was just, I think, the 3 of us. My other 2 brothers, they were playing outside. My uncle was not home, and I guess his wife in a different state in Iraq. And my mom was in the room, and 2 women just came into the house and beat my mom up. We don't know who are they. They were covered up. They were covered up from head to toe. All I can see is their eye. And I'm sitting in the living room, have my baby brother in my arms, and 2 women are beating my mom right in front of me. What can I do? I'm sitting there thinking, What can I do? I'm crying. I can't take my breath. I'm crying, but I don't have a voice. I'm trying to scream. I'm trying to yell. I can hear my mom yelling, crying, asking for help. I tell her sorry every day that I couldn't come and help her out. I tell her sorry. And she tell me, actually, thank you because you protected your baby brother. She said, I'm glad you were there for him. Thank you. That's what she's telling me.
So you had to leave that city.
Yes.
Then what?
We left the city. We left Baghdad. We left Baghdad 2007. And we went to Kurdistan. Kurdistan, it's a state in Iraq. They're part of the country too, but they're up north. And we went to a very, very old friend of my uncle, and he knew my mom. They grew up kind of together, and we went there. And he found us a place. He found us, like, not in town. He found out the city. Kurdistan, we kind of, between Kurdistan and a very, very old place that only, I feel like, old homeless people lived. That's where we lived. And I remember it was 2 rooms. One, it wasn't a kitchen, but we made it the kitchen. It was a very small room, the size of this. And it was another room. We made it as a kitchen and a little fridge and stuff. And we stayed there 6 months in Kurdistan until we were kicked out. They kicked us out because they said, your mother is not supposed to work here. You guys should go back to Baghdad. And we didn't know what was the reason. Why are you kicking us out? We came here asking for help. My mother, she worked there. Well, my uncle friend, he found her a job at a hotel where she cleaned, because that's the only way we're gonna live, is my mom work. And I think that was her first job ever, is to clean. We were okay for 5 months. I took care of my little brother, my 2 little brothers, and Ali is my older brother. He was our eye. I'm saying by our eye, by kept his eye on us. Everywhere he would go, we will follow Ali. Everywhere. He would go play soccer, I will take him. I will go with him. I'll take the little baby. He's supposed to be home. He's not supposed to be us. I'll take him and run behind Ali. He will sometimes like the door to go play soccer, and we will jump out of the window, and because I don't know what can happen there. I need him. I need Ali always. I needed him all the time. I'm scared. Not just that, I wanted to make sure that he's okay. I wanted to make sure Ali's going to come back home. And if Ali's not coming home, then I am not coming home. Wherever's going to happen to him, it should happen to me too. We're in it together. That's what I tell him. We're in this mess together.
And when we were forced to leave Kurdistan,
we went to Turkey. It's a country. It's a beautiful country. And when we got to Turkey, we felt very safe. The people of Turkey were very welcoming, and that's the time I remember where my mom took a deep, big breath. She's like, oh my God, I'm safe. Because it wasn't a part of Iraq. That's what I'll say back then. It was free and open and welcoming. The people, they weren't angry like the people in my country. You can just tell by their faces. They're welcoming. Hello, what you need. They come up to us and ask us if we need help. It was way opposite than our country. And my mom were very, very happy, and she felt safe and protected. We lived in an apartment too. We lived right on the ocean. It was very beautiful. It was like a dream to us. Now I can let Ali go outside and play with his friend without running behind him. I can stay home by myself. I'm not afraid. I'm not worried someone's gonna come inside and kill me and kill my brothers. I was so happy and I was so released. My mom worked. She worked there. She made good money. We had 2 rooms and a living room and a kitchen. Me and my mom shared a room, and my 2 brothers shared 1 room. My little baby, which is my little brother, I always kept him with me. Never left him one day. Never. I didn't go to school there just to stay with him. My mom wanted me to go to school there. Because she, I think, wanted to stay there. She had a good job, she has a nice apartment, and we're safe.
It was not possible to stay there.
It wasn't possible to stay there, no. Because she would go for a long process to stay there. Let me tell you how it was a long process. Turkey don't accept anybody. Either you go there for a visit or a vacation or just a short time, then you leave. So it was very hard to ask their government, can we come here as a refugee? It was very impossible.
So you had to begin to look for another place. Did someone help you to find a way to the United States? How did that happen?
How the whole coming here happened? It was my mom's friend. She knew her from a long time ago, from way back in Iraq. And she left Iraq before we did, I think 5 years or 6 years. And they stayed in Turkey for a long time too. And she told her that she's going to Canada. My mom's friend told her she's going to Canada, and she told her there's that place where you go in there, you give them your paperwork, and you tell them that you want to leave your country. It was like it was an office. It was a very small office. And I remember us going there, the 5 of us, and we sat in a small room, and there were a bunch of people there with little kids or 2 people, like a husband and a wife, and they all sitting there. And I kind of remember thinking to myself, I think they're all coming for the same purpose. They tried to leave their country. So my mom first, I think she applied to Canada first, to leave Canada, but I'm not sure how. I guess she was accepted to America and not Canada. But her friend went to Canada, and her friend was hoping that we were going with her because she wanted someone that she knew. And I think I was hoping the same thing, is to go with someone we knew, because we felt safe. We felt someone knew us. Someone, if we fall down, these people are gonna pick us up. And I felt bad too, because I felt really bad because my mom was the only adult taking care of 4. we did help her a lot, I think, through that process.
You told me yesterday that when you were in Turkey, you dreamed of flying. Tell that story.
Yes, yes. I think just like I mentioned, we lived right on the ocean. And I would sit in the balcony every night, and the airport is right very close to our house. So I'll see the airplanes go down or fly, and I'll sit there and dream, very big dreams. And I will say, one day I'm gonna fly. I'm not sure where. That's way before when my mom applied to the United States. Way before. One day I'm gonna fly. I don't care where. I just want to fly somewhere out of here. Of course, until we find out that we were accepted, I will go by the ocean and I'll sit down and I'll pray. Please let it be America. Let's go to America. And I'll talk to the ocean. It's like the ocean is going to make my wish come true. And let it be America. And I think I told my mom one day that I said, is it going to be America or Canada? She said, I don't know. And she asked me, she said, why America? I said, because it's beautiful. And she's like, how you know it's beautiful? I said, well, we see it on TV, Mom. We see all these movies. And it's big and it's a lot of lights. Because I remember we didn't have lights back in our country. It was dark. But America have a lot of lights. Let's go there. And my mom will just shake her head, yes.
So eventually you're flying into New York City, right? And there are
Yes.
a lot of lights. And how did you feel coming here at first?
The flying to New York was amazing. When I first, it wasn't morning, it was afternoon, but the sun was out. And the first thing I saw, of course, I saw the water and I saw the Statue of Liberty. And I looked at my mom and I was like, Mom, that's the lady we see in TV. She's like, what lady? It's like, that's the lady in the water, you see her? And I asked her, I said, what is she carrying? She said, a book. I said, what else? She's like, I don't know, but I see her, she's carrying a book and I think like a light or something. That's what she told me. I said, okay. And she's like, you're gonna learn about it when you go to school? Oh my God, did you just say school? And she said, yes, you're gonna go to school here. And I said, I hope it's not gonna be like Turkey, that we were there for a part-time, then we moved somewhere else. I said, are we gonna stay? Are we gonna settle here? And she said, yes, you're gonna stay here. I was so happy. And I think we stayed in New York 3 days. We stayed in a very beautiful hotel. And I remember we had so much fun. We played all night. I remember we were awake for like straight 3 days. We didn't sleep. We were so excited and we were ready. I think we had so much energy these 3 nights. And we got in the bus and we're going somewhere else. I'm like, come on, where are we going now? And my mom said, this is not our place. We're not staying in New York. I said, why not? But we just came. Where are we leaving? She said, because we're going to Virginia. And I said, where is that at? She said, they said it's not too far away from here. So we're gonna go there and that's where is our home and that's where you're gonna go to school. I didn't care where I'm going. Every time I hear school, yes. Okay, we're going there as long as this place has school. We got in the bus and we went to the airport again. And I remember we didn't have too many bags. We had a few bags. I think one for me, each person had one. So we had like 5 bags with us. And I had a little guitar, a very small guitar that I carried all the time. Act like I know what I'm doing with it. But I was very happy. I was in the airport and have my bag in my hand, dreaming what I'm gonna do when I get to my state. And we flew out of New York. I was upset because I loved New York. I think that was the only state I saw on TV because it has so many lights. Maybe that was Vegas, but I didn't know. But yes.
Then next thing you know, you're coming into a little airport in Virginia.
Yes. So that was something so different. It was very different experience for me. Let me tell you why. Because I dreamed of America, something way big, something really big. That's how I saw it. That's how I imagined it. And after I saw New York, so I thought, oh, the place in the United States is gonna look like New York. And we got in this very small plane, and that plane was, it sounds like we're gonna crash. It was very scary. And we sat there, I'm sitting there, I remember the whole entire time, and I think it took us like 2 hours to get to Virginia. And the plane was shaking the whole entire time. It's like, oh my God, we're gonna die before we get there. But come on, I don't think we're gonna die. We just came, you know? We didn't die in Iraq. Of course we're not gonna die in America. That's impossible. So we got to this small plane. We got to the airport, a very small airport. I'm not sure what's the name of it, but it's very close to here. And there was only one plane in the whole entire airport. One. The one we just landed. And it was a very big field. Very big field. I don't see a building. I don't see people. There were like 2 people there. The receptionist, I think, the people on the desk, and the guy who took our bags to the car. They were the only people. And I'm looking at my mom. I want to cry so bad. Like, you take me back right now. I told her, I said, I'm not staying here. This place is scary. I want to go back to New York. She's like, we just got here. Just wait. Just wait. I believe my mom was very frustrated and tired. She'd been up 3 nights, straight 3 nights. She didn't have an hour's sleep. But no, mother, I don't care. You haven't had a sleep. I don't care. I want to go back to New York. She's like, what do you even know about New York? You know nothing. And I hated it. I hated that place. We got in a car and we drove on the interstate of 81 going to Harrisonburg. And I still see nothing. All I see is small town, small houses, and trees. I did not see one building. This is not America. That's what I told my mom. You're lying. You put us to sleep and we flew somewhere else. And I don't know what's going through my mom's brain this time, but I think she was thinking that I was crazy because I kept telling her, no, we're not where we're supposed to be. We got to the house and we lived in apartments. It reminded me of the apartments in Nedora because it's a big building and it has so many apartments. But we were the first floor. It was something different because I believe the weather was different, the time was different, and I believe, I remember actually, I tried to go to sleep that night and I couldn't because we just woke up. But here it's time to go to sleep. And I was very upset. I was very upset that I couldn't go to sleep. I was very upset that we're not in New York. I was tired at the same time. 12 hours flying from Turkey to to the United States and 3 hours travel. And
So what were the first few months like, getting settled?
I remember the first 3 months when we came here, we had someone to bring us to the refugee office, because that's what we came through. The refugee office, it's Church World Services. And we had a lady, she spoke Arabic and she spoke English. So she was our translator and our transporter. She will take us from doctor appointments. She will take my mom to the social services to have us settle down and do our paperwork and kind of help us through the process, like where you guys should expect from this country and what you should do when you go to the grocery store. How should you get a ride? And was all these classes. We took classes here. The first, I remember my mom would go to them. We wouldn't go to them because my mom is the only adult. So she will go, they will teach her what you should do in your apartment and make sure your apartment is clean, make sure when you go to the grocery store, you check out. When you have problems speaking, make sure you let them know that you don't speak English. So that's the first 3 months. And I remember the first week was kind of crazy because every day that lady will come pick us up from our house and we will go to the social service, have shots and make sure our fingerprints, make sure they have the right names, where we came from and all that. And we will go way early in the morning to get ready. We will wake up at 6, get ready and come back all the way until 4. So the first 10 days we hated being here. My mom was very frustrated. She will come back home and she will sit and cry. She's like, I'm tired. But in the end of the night, when she look at us, she's like, I made it here. I'm in a safe place.
So now Sally got excited every time school was mentioned.
Yes.
So now you enter school. What's
Yes.
that like?
Oh my God. School was, I always loved school. And like I said before, I left school in Iraq when I was in 4th grade. So I jumped from 4th grade all the way to 9th grade. So I have no idea. And it was different because I had to learn a second language or a third language because I spoke Turkish too. So I was very nervous and excited at the same time. I was anxious. I was ready and not ready. I was ready because I wanted to learn, but I wasn't ready because I'm gonna work so hard to learn. My 9th grade, my freshman year, I had to learn English, only English. I had a math class. I remember I had one math class or like 2, but it was more English the first year. And it was very, very difficult year for me. I remember came back home telling my mom, I do not want to go back to the school anymore. My mom said, why? She said, because it feels like this is not my place. People are bullying me, telling me, why are you wearing this? When I first went to school in my freshman year, I remember the first 2 months there, I decided to wear the hijab. So my friend wore the hijab. I had 2 friends, close friends of me, and they wore the hijab. So I felt like I should do the same because I wanted to belong to them. So I wore the hijab. And I will walk and a student will look at me very differently with, who is that? Why is she here? Where does she come from? what is she wearing? I saw all these questions in their face. And I felt like I should answer all of these questions when I shouldn't. So I would sit the back table of the classroom. I would never look at anybody because I don't want to see these questions. I don't want to feel like they want to ask me and I should answer. So I decided to take it off. And I was in pain inside of me, because I felt like I shouldn't. Now, when I think about it now, I shouldn't have done that. I should have kept wearing this thing, because the hijab, I felt like before when I first wore it, it represents who I am. I shouldn't feel ashamed of wearing it. I look beautiful. I am very happy from inside. And now I feel guilty that I made someone, just by the way they look at me, judging me, and they made me take it off. I feel so guilty now. And I hate myself for that. But before I was only 15. I was young. I didn't understand. No one told me, look, you shouldn't feel this way. My mom didn't, because my mom was busy. She was busy trying to support her family and provide for her family. She worked all the time. I don't see my mom at night. She's at work. So I didn't sit with my mom and told her what I feel. Mom, should I take the hijab off or should I wear it? Kids are making fun of me at school. They say you should go back to where you come from. You should take it off because you're in America now. That's it.
So, talk a little bit about, was this the same time as the internship here?
No,
Or was that later? Okay.
that was later.
Then what I would like you to talk about just a little bit more is learning English and beginning to feel more comfortable, more belonging maybe here.
Right. So after I took the hijab off, I was very angry at first, because when I took it off, I said, okay, now no one can say anything about me. No one can judge me. I'm going to be open. So I learned English so quick. I wanted to learn it so quick. So when I talk to them, they don't feel I am Arab. I wanted to act like American kid. I had my hair open all the time. I would wear clothes differently, like I would wear shorts and t-shirts that I didn't wear back then when I was in my country or when I first came here. I tried to copy kids there to feel like I'm one of them. At first I did. I felt belonged there. I learned the language. It was hard at the beginning. My first year was very difficult to learn English. And just like I said, I jumped right from 4th grade to 9th grade and 9th grade. And I would have to sit down and read. But I'm not, what am I reading? I don't know. I don't understand. I don't understand when the teacher is talking. I just listen. Okay? I just listen and try to put sentence together and just imagine what she's saying. We had an Iraqi teacher, and every time we will have difficulties, we will go to him and we will speak with him. And I remember that I want to go to him all the time. I felt like going there and just sit from 7 o'clock all the way until we leave school. But I challenged myself. I said, look, you're going to be here for the rest of your life. You're going to have to learn the language. You're going to have to go with it. So I started learning, start speaking. I start talking to all the kids in school. Hello, how are you? My name is Sally. I'm from Iraq. And I wanted just to talk. When I start speaking and start understand what they're saying, now I want to learn more. Now I want to be the teacher. And I'm the one who wants to explain this subject. I want to speak the whole entire time. And I was smart. I was smart in school. I had A's, all straight A's. My teacher were very happy with me. Very, very happy. Because I think what they told me that, they said, you're open-minded. And when they tell me that, it's because I had a friend, that group of Iraqi people or Egyptian people or people from different countries, they sit together. No, where is Sally? She's with the American group. She's sitting there. She thinks she's one of them, even though she's been only a year here. So I said, just because these kids made me take this hijab off, I'm gonna prove to them that I am one of them. I'm just like them. I'm 15 years old and they are 15. They cannot judge me. I'm gonna go inside and prove to the whole entire school that I am a student just like them. But I was different. I didn't judge anybody. I didn't tell anybody what to do. I was very friendly and kind to the all equal. But one thing I didn't understand when I was in school, there were so many different people from different colors. Back in my country, we were 10. We weren't black or white or Spanish. We were just Iraqi people. So when I went to school, I look at the people and there is a person with a dark skin and there's a person with a light skin. And they're fine. They're friendly to each other. Back in there in my country, I cannot talk to someone from a different family. I'm just supposed to talk to the people I knew. I'm not supposed to talk to a Kurdish person, a Kurd. They're the Turkish or the Kurdish, I'm sorry. I'm not supposed to talk to her. I don't know her. But in the school here in America, there's the Spanish person, or there's a French, and there is Russian. The first time I saw a Russian person, I was like, oh my God, you're from Russia? I was so excited and happy. I was like, and then I start asking everybody, where are you from? How did you get here? I came from this country. So every time I see someone who's not white, I'll say it this way. I'm not being racist or anything, I'm just, who is different color, I will go and ask them, where are you from? How did you came here? Would you tell me? Because we were different. And I wanted to know, how is this difference can be all together in one school, in one classroom? Why this is not in my country? Why is it way different?
Talk about freedom.
Oh, freedom. I didn't know what's freedom mean until I got here.
Can we call him for just one moment?
Yes.
We had a light burn out.
Are we doing good? Am I doing good?
Great.
We're doing
We're
great.
doing so good.
Please
Yeah.
tell me.
Oh,
I feel like I'm going off topics every time.
That's the whole
We're
thing.
We're doing great.
Yeah. That's where the unexpected good stuff happens. Oh, they were right there. Where are you
I am
putting your
so
glasses?
sorry. My phone went off, and I promise you, I silent this thing.
That's how good it was, because I didn't hear it.
Okay,
I heard
Good.
the sirens outside.
Yeah, I have a note. There must be a really big fire going on.
Yeah, they kept coming.
Is the lighting going good?
It's going great. How you
And
feeling?
you,
You feeling
I
good?
feel good, but
you
I'm
forgot
feeling
about
like
the camera, didn't you?
I did. I
Yeah.
did. Yes.
Hey, I'm doing my job right until
But-
something breaks.
Yeah, that's right.
Here I am.
But Sally, you're doing so.
Are you sure? Please
Yes.
let me know.
Yeah,
Oh,
oh,
yeah.
I promise.
I feel.
Yeah. You're seriously. It's great. You're doing wonderfully. Take a deep cleansing breath.
Yes.
Do you need a cup of water or something? Are you parched? Are you good?
Maybe
Yeah, no, I
Yes.
kind of need that here.
that would be great.
Where can I find that? Where to go?
Maybe in the kitchen. I will help him out. Sorry about that. Or no, I
No,
can.
you can't. You're stuck.
Oh yeah, where is it?
Just
down
kidding.
This
In the kitchen, I am not sure.
way? Okay.
You want it? Let me go. I know-
Sorry.
Oh, actually, if you go around this way and you go all the way back,
This way?
this way, and you go all the way around.
You guys know each other?
Yeah. Bad check. We go way back to like yesterday. That's fine.
Okay. Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
We were just looking for a couple more.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Or the other side.
So I have my coffee. So Pat, if you just bring two. All is well. We're not making too much noise. In here? Yeah. Thanks, Jim. No, so this is incredible.
Thank you very much.
You have a really good.
Thank you.
That's I mean your English is good, but I just mean you have.
I'm forgetting words. I'm not sure. I'm not thinking of the right words.
I would tell you. I mean, I really would. You don't know that, but I would. But I mean, you have a. You know what I mean by delivery?
Yes.
Delivery.
Yeah.
Because,
As long as I deliver the idea.
and it's also the feeling behind the idea,
Okay.
and that's what we're looking for.
Okay.
So you're right where you need to be.
Awesome.
That's good.
Great. I'm sorry. I keep forgetting words that I want to say, and like from inside, I'm like, dang it! I wish I know what I want to say. Thank you very much.
Oh, of course.
Yes.
I'm kind of getting parched at once. And I'm not even being interviewed.
Yeah, you're not saying a word, man.
You guys
You're
are
awfully
super
quiet today.
Well, I'm taking notes. I'm watching it. It's cool. We're all good.
Awesome.
It's good to have a little bit of water though. That was
Can the camera see that cup?
no, we're square.
Awesome.
It is totally fine. You're good.
So we're going to circle back.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to say the word freedom.
Freedom.
And you're going to talk to me about freedom.
Yes. I'll start. I'm sorry. Freedom. I didn't know the word until I came here. How I see freedom or how my mom taught me what freedom is. It's I can say whatever I want. I can wear whatever I want, eat whatever I want. It's something that you do without anybody telling you this is right or wrong. And I look up to my mom when I think of the word of freedom because I think she's a free woman. What she did and the way she decided to leave Iraq all the way coming here, I think she was free in her decisions, in the whole process. And I learned more and more every time I ask someone, hey, what does freedom mean to you? I was like, freedom, it's being in America. This is a freedom. It's a free country. And I'm like, why is my country is not a free country? Why can we be free? They were like, because it's not America. You're here, you're free, and you're gonna learn about it every day of your life. And when I learned about it, oh my God, that was wild. I did everything I wanted. When I was in high school, I played soccer. In my country, women are not allowed to play soccer. So I played soccer. So that was freedom to me. just the whole idea of being here is free to me.
So the question then that I guess comes to my mind is, why is that important? You know, like you talk a lot about the concept, but what? Why is it important, and what does freedom? Like the why of it all. You
Why?
know, like,
Yes.
yeah. And
And-
answer to David, of course, 'cause
Sure.
I'm not here.
The whole idea of being free is to speak my mind out. Say whatever I want to say. Not being afraid of, if I say something to you, that person is gonna kill me or smack me or something. Because back then in Iraq, if you say anything, you're not free to say it. You cannot say this. You have to be very careful about what you're saying. And I think this is what important to me, because I think you should feel confidence about the way you are, the way you look, and whatever you say. And I'm saying more about whatever you say, because we didn't have freedom of speech back there. We have it here. And so I was free of what I was saying. How I say that? I felt like no one can control me. No one controlled me. That was how free I was when I came here. No one's gonna take control of me. No one's gonna tell me you cannot leave, because you cannot leave. We told you cannot leave, then you can't. That I can walk in the street and I know I'm free. I have rights. And I also knew that everyone here, living here, where I live now in America, is free. And if I find out that that person is not feeling free, then they're not living in this country. I'm not sure what they're thinking, but you come here, you're just you. You do not have to pretend you're someone else. You don't have to hide yourself. It's just you.
We also have freedom of religion. You took off the hijab. You're still a Muslim. You feel like talking a little bit about that?
Yes,
About being a Muslim in Harrisonburg?
absolutely. I came from a very religious family. I have a very big family, and they're very religious. They're Muslim. And I am very proud of it. And we have a Muslim community in America, here in Harrisonburg, in Virginia, I'll say. And I am very proud of it. I practice my Islam, my Muslim religion, I pray to God. And I also believe in all the different religions here. I believe in Christianity. I believe so many different ones. I will say I believe in Christianity too, because back in Iraq we have a lot of Christian people there. And my mom's friend, most of them are Christian actually. Most of the people who lived in Nadora were Christian. So I had an idea about this religion. But then when I find out there's Jewish, there are people who are, I don't know, from somewhere else. They don't only believe in Muhammad, or they don't only believe in Jesus. They believe in something else or someone else. I accepted that because they accepted that I am Muslim here. And I was always proud of saying I'm Muslim. When someone will ask me, what do you believe? I believe in God. I believe in Allah. I am Muslim. I believe in Muhammad. I believe in the Quran. Yes. In Iraq, you have to choose between either you're Sunni or you're Shia. And I remember one story, and it's very difficult to talk about. When they almost killed my dad because he didn't know what to say. Does he have to say he's Sunni or Shia? So when I came here and I felt like I can say it without anybody going to kill me, I said it to everyone. I'm Muslim. Yes. Yes, maybe I took the hijab off, but the hijab doesn't make me Muslim. It doesn't. And a lot of people ask me that. They're like, why you take it off? You're a Muslim, you're supposed to wear it. You know, it says that in the Quran. It does, yes. It says that in our holy book, that women should wear hijab. But I'm not gonna wear it to protect myself, because that was the only reason my mother wore it back in Iraq. She wore it to protect herself. Who am I gonna protect myself here? No. I'm gonna wear it for God. I'm gonna wear it when I feel inside of me it's time to wear it. I'm not gonna wear it because I'm nervous, scared of anybody's going to kill me. No. I have time, I can think about it, and I'll wear it. And I believe in Jesus also. Just like I said, I believe in Jesus, I believe in Mary, I pray to them. I also pray to them. That I don't want to, most of my friends here are Christian, and they ask me this question. They say, Sally, why do you're Muslim. You're not supposed to believe in Jesus. I said, who created Jesus? Allah did. Our God did. Didn't he? He's our prophet too. He came way before Muhammad was born. He is in our Quran too. He was mentioned in our Quran so many times. Mary, his mother, we have a whole chapter about her in our Quran. What do you mean by I shouldn't be praying to them? I believe in Noah, Musa, all of them. Why are you telling me I'm not Christian? I'm not supposed to pray to them. This is not going to make me a different person. I'm still me. So yes, freedom of religion was also a big part of learning here, understanding, accepting this thing.
So do you have something?
Oh yeah, I just you might be asking the same question because I think we're kind of going in linear fashion.
Go
But
for it.
the spirit's moving me. So now that you've got this freedom and you have this opportunity and you kind of have this leeway that you didn't have before. So tell us what you've done with your freedom so far, and where are you going, and what are you doing, and what are your goals? Kind of like, basically, so now that you guys are here, what does it mean to be here, and what are you doing with it?
Okay. The way I feel about my freedom and being here, it's that I can change lives. I can change someone's life. I can help someone. That's something I couldn't maybe do back then, or if I was there. I know I have a lot of opportunities that are open for me, that I can just choose. What I think I did is something that I am always proud of and happy to do, is that I'm a woman and I have 2 jobs and I go to school and I take care of my family. I think about it sometimes and I say, if I was back in my country, back then, I want to say now, it's way different now. If I was back in my country and I am 21 years old, I'll probably have to be married and have kids. But over here, I have the freedom and I have a choice. I don't need someone. And I think this what changed me a lot, is that I don't have to think that, oh, I need to get married and I have to have children. No. I think this by itself, the idea by itself, makes me relieved and free. And also taking care of my mother and my brothers. What I feel very, very strong of doing that. I think doing that, it's not easy to do. And I don't think a lot of people can do that. They need someone in their life to help them out. I am sorry, I went off.
No, you're right on. Keep going.
Yeah, keep on rolling. You it's alright to kind of, yeah. Do you need a minute? Do you need to like check it out? It's cool.
I am so sorry.
No, don't worry about it. Here's a good thing. There are no wrong answers.
Right.
You know? Like,
Well, you asked me, you said,
like the
what
future.
does it mean to you?
Yeah. Well, basically, my what I'm wondering is, and what I'd like to get your impression on tape is kind of like, just generally, how your future is. You touched on it, like how
Right.
your future here is different from if you'd stayed in Iraq, and essentially what you've done with it. Because I think you've done some great things. We talked yesterday. You're doing amazing work. And I'm impressed about it.
So that's what you want me to say. I'm should I keep it and talk about it later until something okay.
How about this? Yeah. Take a deep breath.
Yes.
Like I said, there's no wrong answer.
Okay.
And it's just kind of, I'm curious to hear you talk. You got kind of fired
About
up.
what should I do? Okay.
Well, no. I mean, yesterday you got really fired up about it, and it was exciting to see, and it was like,
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm a little nervous because
I know,
we're doing it
I can
for
tell.
real.
I can totally tell, and that's fine. You're allowed to be nervous, because we can edit stuff out. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
But you said that was interesting. I wrote this down. You said, "Here I can change lives." What do you mean by that? That's an interesting nugget that I didn't hear yesterday. So you're talking about here I can change lives. Here, what are you doing to change lives, and what are your plans to change more lives?
Okay.
What are your plans to conquer the world?
I think by me saying change lives is give someone the opportunity to live what I did, the way I'm living right now. I think helping someone to be open-minded and educate them. I think by me saying change lives is just giving them the opportunity to live this life. And yes, educate them.
So let's try this. You're working to go into the field of human services,
Yes.
and you benefited from people here at Church World Service and other places who are human service professionals. And so you're wanting to do something similar. So talk a little bit about what you want in terms of education and what kind of work you want to do when you have that education.
Okay.
So, go ahead.
So when I first started school, I was in the field of, when I first started, I was in business management. And my first year in business management, I had no interest at all. I think I was only doing schoolwork. I didn't do anything else, okay? And then I talked to my advisor and I told her that I want to work with kids. And she said, well, hey, human services is the best program for you. And I said, how come? And she said, not only you can work with kids, you can work with elderly people, you can work with people from different countries, you can work in school, you can do basically anything. And I'm like, okay, maybe when I change my major, maybe I will have a better idea of what you're saying. She said yes. So I changed my major into the human services. And I think the first year in human services, I was supposed to do an internship. So I talked to my professor and she said, Sally, how many languages you speak? I said, I speak 3. And she said, okay. And she said, where do you feel comfortable doing your internship? I said, I'm not sure. I mean, you pick one for me and it's okay. And she said, how about church will services? I'm like, the refugee office? And she's like, yes, the refugee office. She's like, I know a little bit about your story and you came through the refugee office, is that correct? And I said, yes. And she said, well, and I said, so I'm doing my internship, what am I gonna be doing? So the way I was thinking, what I'm gonna be doing, I'm gonna bring people from countries and I'm gonna help them out. So she's like, no, you're not gonna do that. You're just gonna observe there. And I'm like, okay, well, that's still good. That's, I think, okay. And she's like, they're gonna need you to translate because they have so many people coming from Middle East who speak Arabic and don't speak English. So I was so excited. And I remember I was excited because I remember when I first came here, we had that Arabic translator. And I remember looking at her and I said to my mom, I want to do the same thing. Oh, she's so cool. She speaks English, she speaks Arabic, and she's helping us out. So I was like, yes, I'm doing it. And I remember my first day here, I sat at the front desk, and I remember the first Arabic people came. I jumped out of the desk, and I said, yes, I speak Arabic, and I'm gonna help you. I was floored. I was blown away when I sat down to someone who speak no English, and they speak Arabic, and I spoke Arabic, and I was translating. I felt like I was doing something different. I was sending a message that going to change their life, just like it did to me. So I was so happy. So my first internship was amazing, and I enjoyed it so much. I stayed, I think, 4 months in the refugee office. I did 6 hours a week, and sometimes I will stay after just to help out more. What I liked about my internship, we will go to a house, like to Arabic people house or a Spanish people house or Turkish or whoever these people, and we will help them or educate them about the stores, like a grocery store, or how to use transport, like bus or a taxi. Everything that happened to me, I am doing it to someone else. That was amazing. That was the best experience I have done here.
And so from there, talk about what you hope in terms of education.
Okay.
Tell us where you are now in school and where you would like to go.
Okay. So it is my 3rd year at Blue Ridge Community College, and it is my last internship I'm doing. I did 3 internships. My first internship was at the refugee office, and then my second was at the court, and the one I'm in right now, it's also at the court.
What are you doing there?
What I do at the court, I observe most of the work I observe, and I write papers at the end of the day of what my the observing was. Like I'm supposed to tell what I did, what my thought was about that day, and everything else. And also, I help people who are in the court to, when they are requesting a lawyer, I fill out the application for them. I give it to the judge, and from there, of course, he determine if they are qualified for a court-appointed lawyer or not. And also, I translate. If there's someone who speaks Arabic and they don't speak English, I will translate for them. What else do I do at the court? Just basically help there. I'm over there helping, make sure I'm like their backup. Anything they need me to do, I make sure I'm their backup, helping out. It's my last internship, but I will have one more semester to graduate, take my associate degree. After that, I'm transferring to James Madison University, and I'm gonna still in the Human Services program, and I'm going for my bachelor degree. Maybe through that time that I'm going, after I transfer to James Madison University, it's one of my dreams and one of the things that I always wanted to do is to write a book. And I want to write a book. I want to dedicate this book to my mother, because I think everyone, all mothers, all women should know what she did, because she did an amazing thing to us. And I also want to write it to remind myself what she did. I want to make sure I never forget about any single thing that she did for me and my brothers. She deserved it. I told her that when I'm going to write this book, it's going to be dedicated to you, because you deserve it. So this is also one thing I would love to do. After I graduate from James Madison University, my plans is to go into therapist. I want to do therapy, and we had a new program at the court, and I'm very interested in it's therapist drug courts, is where they help clients to be sober, and they have them quit drinking or smoking and everything, because I've seen people suffer from drinking, from smoking, and drugs, basically.
Is that a downside of freedom?
How? What do you mean by?
We're free to mess up. We're free to become alcoholic. And in Iraq, I think people don't drink, right?
No, they don't drink.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we have a bar there. I don't know. That's true, but you don't have the freedom to hurt yourself. I don't think this is right. Freedom, it's not to hurt yourself. Freedom is to enjoy your freedom, not to hurt the self, you know? Even I think God said it, and I believe in it. He didn't create us to hurt ourselves. No, he created us to enjoy ourselves, to live this life, because we don't live twice. And I don't feel it's right someone to drink so much to the point where they don't know what they're doing. No, drink to enjoy. It's not bad to drink. I'm not stopping you from drinking. I'm just stopping you from hurting this beautiful self. That's what I'm trying to tell them. That's my message. Or smoking. I didn't tell you. I'm not telling you. I'm not saying you have to stop today. No. Slow it down. That's all I'm asking for. That's what I want them to do.
Let me switch back and return to family. We're coming near the end here.
Yeah, this is probably the last one, just because I think we have time.
Yeah. You came on this journey with your mother and your brothers, and I guess you all became very, very, very close. through all that you went through.
Yes.
And still close. And as you think about them living here, what are your feelings about that? About being here and about your family and your hopes for them, and talk a little bit about that.
Being here, being safe in a place where no one tells me what to do, no one's going to tell my mother and my brothers what to do, it's a huge to me. And I thank God every day. And I thank my mom every day, of course, because she did it, that she brought me to a country that I think is the greatest country in the world, where they give you opportunity. They give you the education, and they give you life. That's what I think of it. It's everything. And I'm proud of what I am doing. I'm proud of my family. I don't want to mess up anything. Nothing is perfect, but at the same time, I want to make sure things are straight for me and for my family. And I'm always going to do anything to support and help and keep this country safe. Because just like this country accept me as who I am, as what I came from, and where my mother from, or where my brothers are from, they accept me the way I am, then yes, I am going to do whatever it takes to keep this place and its people safe. And I wish everything that we have here, that my country can have, because I love my country, and I am going there one day, and I'm going to tell them about everything that we have in America. I'm going to tell everyone there. And I say this because I remember a long time ago, when I first saw an American army, I told my dad, I said, why are they here to kill us? And my dad said, they're not here to kill us. They're here to help us. And that was it.
I think that's a really good way to end, unless you have something else that you would really like to say that we haven't touched on.
I think we touched everything.
We touched a lot. We left some things out too from yesterday.
Well, we did. I'm sorry. I feel like.
I just didn't. They didn't come up naturally.
It's got to be natural.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sally, but really, is there something else that you would want to say?
Like, is there anything burning on your mind?
I just want to tell the people who have a different mindset and a different thinking of this country, of America or Virginia, of any state. We all here in it together. I don't want anybody to feel different. I don't want anybody to feel they don't belong here. Because yes, you do belong here. You do belong in this earth. We're here all together. And I feel like we should support each other. We should protect each other and love each other. Don't, just because that person have different color skin or not believe in the same God you believe, that makes them bad or terrorist. No. It's what's inside of the person, inside of people. It's who they are. So love each other.
That's it.
That's great.
Wow. If I could have written out a script for you, I would have had you say that. That's beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you very
I
much.
have one other question. It's just.
Okay. Sorry.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Eldora?
Eldora.
How do you spell that?
Eldora.
Eldora?
A-L-D-O-R-A. Eldora.
That's how I had it spelled.
Yes.
I was
Awesome.
spelling it phonetically, but that's
Good.
good to have it Exactly.
Awesome,
That
awesome.
was an
Wonderful.
awesome conversation.
I hope
Great.
so.
Oh, man.
Why am I not happy about it though? I
Because it
don't
just
feel
happened.
happy with myself.
Really? I think
So you're gonna have to take our word for it.
Yeah. Well, when you see it how it's produced, it'll be great.
Really?
Yeah, trust me.
I am so excited
Yeah,
for
if
it.
there are places where it stumbled a little bit, we'll just edit those out.
Okay,
Yeah.
awesome.
And
Sorry, I hope I wasn't very.
you're doing great. You did
Brad,
great.
you want to do a portrait?
If I could, because you.